Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. South Africa's parliament elects erstwhile Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa as the country's new leader, succeeding Jacob Zuma. A professor of international relations, Bola Akinterewa, examines the latest turn of events in South Africa and its implications for the rest of the continent. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo advocates stronger institutions to aid the war against corruption and insecurity. And FBI confirms security service and teachers had been warned about student who carried out mass shooting at a Florida high school. Do remember now that for more on our top stories and others, please visit our website, channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. And log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device, or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You also have access to the Eyewitness feature, with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu, and then follow the instructions. Declare your intention to run now, or we will compel you to do so by court order. And that's coming from the Pro-Buhari Group that's drumming up support for the re-election of the president in 2019. The group is giving President Muhammadu Buhari up till Monday, February the 19th, 2018, to make public declaration of his intention to seek re-election. Meanwhile, the senior special assistant to President Buhari on political matters, who received the group, maintains that there is currently no alternative to President Buhari in the presidential race come 2019.
Several groups, including some stalwarts of the All Progressive Congress (APC), have recently conversed for the re-election of President Buhari in 2019, even though the president is yet to make any public statement about his intention to seek re-election. This group of supporters of the incumbent president are gathered in Abuja, ready for a march to urge President Buhari to seek re-election next year. Before embarking on the work, the campaigners dismiss any possibility that President Buhari will not seek re-election, as they threaten to take him to court if he fails to declare his intention to run within the next 4 days.
The purpose of coming here today is to mobilize and also hold a very big rally to mobilize support for President Muhammadu Buhari. But we have a cardinal call that if President Muhammadu Buhari do not come out and make a public statement, from now before on Monday, we'll be forced to go to court and invite him to come to court and make a public statement that he's recontesting for president come 2019.
The first thing I would say about him is that he has brought stability in this country, and we want a continuity.
Next, the campaigners filed to the Unity Fountain, where a representative of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation is waiting to receive them.
We do not have an alternative to Mr. President for now. Some of the aspirants who are interested in leading this nation, they have nothing to offer to this nation.
Nigeria's general election is expected to hold in February next year. As that date gets closer, the political scene is getting more and more exciting, with several groups and individuals mobilizing support for President Buhari's re-election, even in the face of several calls from some groups advising the president not to seek re-election in 2019.
Meanwhile, the national chairman of the opposition People's Democratic Party, Mr. Uche Secondas, has high expectations about the PDP's performance in the 2019 general election. The party leader boasted about the party's chances while speaking at the 6th anniversary of the Bayelsa State Governor, Seriake Dixon. The governor welcomed back members who had earlier left for other parties.
It's a carnival of some sort. The the occasion of the 6th anniversary of Seriake Dixon as the governor of Bayelsa State. Different groups of men, women and youth, everyone doing their best to outdo the other. Among the dignitaries present is the chairman of the People's Democratic Party, who is here to commission a project, the Oxbow Lake Pavilion. It's not just a day of drum and dance. Aggrieved members of the opposition party in the state are also welcomed back to the PDP fold.
When we want to say their slogan, we'll even shout PDP. Thank God we are back to our family.
The PDP chairman also uses the occasion to canvass support for his party.
This is one governor from day one that had passion for his people, that provided quality projects like the airport that we are going to commission, the health facilities, the schools, the roads, the bridges. This can only be found in PDP states. What we're asking others to do across the nation, leaders who had left, leaders in position, we are waiting for them to come. Just as it has happened here, it will happen in Abuja, it will happen in Katsina, it will happen in Sokoto, it will happen in Borno. We are waiting because this is the only party that can rescue this nation.
For the governor, the return of these aggrieved members is a welcome development.
I thank him personally for always standing by us, for standing by and for supporting Bayelsa. And at all troubled times, he's been around supporting. And I'm delighted to have him here to see that his people are also with us. We are all together, moving forward. And Bayelsa has set the pace. What has happened here, that will signal a revival of the party.
While the week-long celebration continues, the governor assures residents of his commitment to execute more life-impacting projects before the expiration of his term in 2020.
Let's cross over to Abuja now. Here's Makwe Ogun Yusuf. Makwe.
Hello, Ijoma. President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived Daura, Katsina on a 4-day personal visit. Before leaving for Daura, the president was in Kaduna to commission an unmanned aerial vehicle locally produced by the Nigerian Air Force. The aerial vehicle, codenamed Seigumi, will be used in surveillance to boost the fight against terrorism and other related crimes. In 2013, former President Goodluck Jonathan unveiled a prototype of what has been described as the first locally made unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, in Kaduna. According to Air Force authorities, Seigumi, the name of the completed UAV in Hausa language, means gossip.
Your Excellency, the F4 rocket.
I'm so happy with the work that the Air Force is doing, because it's so important that we start looking inwards. We can't continue to depend on other people for our own needs. We must work for self-reliance in our nation, and security is so important for our country. And I am happy that this effort is being made in the country. So we are working very hard to promote local manufacture and production of many of the things that in the past we used to rely on other people.
Minister of Science and Technology, Obunnaya Onu. Now, the police command in Zamfara says 18 persons have been killed in a fresh attack by gunmen in Birain village in Zurmi local government area of the state. The public relations officer of the command, DSP Mohammed Shehu, disclosed this in a statement issued to newsmen in Gusau on Thursday. According to DSP Shehu, trouble started on Tuesday when hunters from Birani village of Zurmi local government area intercepted and accosted a herder in the bush with some suspected stolen cattle and sheep. He said the cattle rustlers who ran away later went to Isa local government area of Sokoto state and mobilized bandits to attack the hunters. While staying with security, the Inspector General of Police has re-echoed the need to urgently tackle persistent clashes between herdsmen and farmers in Benue, Taraba, Nasarawa and other parts of the country. Mr. Ibrahim Idris warns that this challenge needs to be properly addressed, with all parties reconciled and perpetrators brought to justice. The police chief was speaking at a public forum in Lagos.
It is true that the President has mandated me and other security agencies to take appropriate steps to ensure the arrest and prosecution of the offenders. This directive is being pursued with zeal, but of utmost importance is that we must engage ourselves in serious conversations, avoid inflammatory comments or play politics with the issue. This is the only way the country can secure genuine reconciliation among herders and farmers so that they can once again live in peace, harmony, love, and avoid unnecessary loss of lives. I'm quite conscious that as Inspector General of Police, it is my responsibility to put sufficient security architecture in place to manage these challenges aforementioned. And I can say with confidence that the employed preventive and detective strategies have been largely successful in managing the situation based on my achievements so far.
The Police Ibrahim Idris. Now, in the National Assembly, an electrical fault that caused smoke to envelop parts of the Assembly forced the Senate to suspend plenary today. A section of the technical room on the ground floor of the National Assembly had earlier caught fire, ignited by the electrical fault in the early hours of the day. The resultant smoke filtered into the Senate chamber and corridors. A federal lawmaker, Senator Abdullahi Gobir, raised the point of order to lament that the chamber was not conducive for the lawmakers. The President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, thereafter ruled that plenary be adjourned.
Your Excellency, everybody knows the kind of situation we have in here. The condition is not very conducive because our chillers are bad. Yesterday we engaged the contractors, they are working on the chillers. We believe between now and Saturday they will be able to finish it. And I therefore move, sir, that we postpone this, we adjourn it, the sitting, until Tuesday next week. I so move, Your Excellency.
Senator Gobir, you came under personal explanation, but I think what you presented to us makes sense. The definite chambers is not conducive for today's activities, and as such, I would direct that we do adjourn till Tuesday, so that between now and the weekend, the members of the services maintenance unit can ensure that we bring the chambers into a conducive environment.
When the news at 10 returns, Dangote Group Chief Executive Officer Alhaji Aliko Dangote commends the federal government's efforts at solving the gridlock at Apapa in Lagos. Do join us again.